to give a little insight into what goes into being strong, or what goes into being a good bodybuilder, based on the nutrition and the training, because it's not just the training, it's a combination of the two, and to share a little bit about my experience. Okay, that's definitely true. This is definitely a lifestyle. It's not something that can just be, it's not something that's temporary. What do I mean by that? It's not like something that I don't just train for a competition and then I stop training. My training has been year-round for 18 plus years. I've never stopped training in 18 years. I've never stopped working out, ever. I have almost 6,000 workouts in my career. And then the nutrition. The nutrition has been something I've been working on since the very beginning, just like my training. So a little insight into what I do now. Well, now that I'm full grown, I don't need to eat as much as what I used to when I was growing. When I was growing, there was a time that when I was 200 pounds and I was trying to get myself up to 235 pounds back in 2006. From 2006 to 2009, for 3 years straight, I've always wanted to be big and strong, and I was willing to do whatever it takes. And to me, doing whatever it takes meant whatever it is that made the most sense to me. So from 2006 to 2009, I ate 2 dozen egg whites every morning. I ate a dozen egg whites and 2 cups of oatmeal before right when I would get up in the morning. Then I would go to the gym, work out for 2 hours or 3 hours, and then I would come back and make a dozen egg whites and eat them. And then I would take two 2-cup bowls of oatmeal mixed with 100 grams of protein powder in it with raisins and some other things to work with me. And then I would also take a pound of hamburger that I would cook up in 2 half-pound packages, like 2 half-pound Ziploc packages. And on break time, I wouldn't talk with everybody else. Like, everybody else would go hang out and talk for their 15 minutes. I would go and eat for 15 minutes. And then lunchtime would come and I would eat for 30 minutes. And, I'd either go buy a Subway sandwich a foot long, or I would, if I had enough food, I would eat that. But break periods, lunch periods, every break period and lunch period, I was eating. I wasn't talking to anybody. And I was consistent like that. And then every night at midnight, I woke up and I would drink 50 to 100 gram protein shake, and then I would go back to bed. And I did that for 3 years because that's how bad I wanted to be big and strong. And 3 years consistent, I never missed a day. That's 7 days a week, 365 days year round. My buddy Brandon Rapola can also verify this, because he's the one who started teaching me how to do this when I lived with him. He actually taught me how to eat. He's actually one of the, if it wasn't for him, I'd probably still be struggling to get big, for all I know, because he's the one who taught me how to eat. So a lot of my success in nutrition came from him. Anyway, so the nutrition has always been an important part of my training. I always, every day since 2006, every morning since then, I eat at least a dozen egg whites every single morning. I'll throw in three yolks, 4 yolks sometimes, depending on if I feel like I need a little extra energy. But every morning, that's something that has never left my diet. Some new things that I've introduced into my diet is vegetables. In the last 2 years, I have eaten more vegetables in the last 2 years than my entire life combined. And that is another reason why I attribute, that's another reason why I attribute having the energy to perform these really big rep sets and to continue moving forward in my career, to keep getting stronger. It's the fuel that I put into my body that allows me the ability to lift tremendous weights and to keep lifting tremendously regularly. Every single time I work out tremendous. I don't settle for just a regular workout. I have to feel like I've improved. I won't leave a workout unless I feel satisfied. So that could be 30 minutes, that could be 10 minutes, depending on what I'm choosing to do. Like if I do 100 rep deadlifts like I did yesterday, that could be 10 minutes, or it could be 3 or 4 hours. Sometimes if I'm trying to hit a heavy clean, I spent 45 minutes missing 365-pound clean until I finally made it, because I just wasn't going to leave until I made it, because that's how badly I wanted it, and I will not leave a workout until I feel satisfied, and I'm not satisfied until I hit my goal. And if my goal is too tremendous for that day, then I will lessen the goal, but I will still make it as such that it's a challenge. Like for my birthday this year, last week, I wanted to hit 350 on the clean for a triple, but I just couldn't get it. So I decided, okay, I know I can do 315. I'm going to do 315 for 10 reps unbroken. And so I had a goal to hit 315 10 times without missing. And I missed on my second rep, and so basically I started over. So I hit 10 reps. I wanted to hit 10 reps without missing. And so like my goals are tremendous, but that's why I continue to improve, is because I demand better out of them. I demand that I take myself to the ultimate limit every single time I train, and that's why I keep getting stronger. Now, I don't recommend this to the average person, because the average person isn't going to have the mentality that I have to keep it together when it starts to get hard. But if you can, I recommend you going as hard as possible every single time. It's not going to hurt you. You'll be tremendously sore, but that's just a testament of how hard you're working. So that's a good thing. The more sore you are, it's a reminder to you how hard you're working. And then to fuel that is another testament of your discipline with your dieting. It takes disciplined dieting to get great results, to get great workouts. And so I don't eat the cleanest. I'm not a bodybuilder. I don't care for bodybuilding, but I can step on stage almost any time year round because I keep a clean diet, relatively speaking. And I also do not deny myself. Because I work so hard, if I want to eat an entire pie, I'll eat an entire pie and won't think nothing about it. And a lot of people wish they could do that. Well, you can do that. You can eat an entire pizza if you want to, but you have to be also willing to work hard to work it off. You can't just eat a pizza every single day and just think that that's going to, I can get away with that and get good workouts. Eventually that will give you poor workouts. I don't do that kind of stuff all the time. Like I said, I eat clean for the majority of the time. 90% of the time I'm eating good. It's the 90-10 rule. If you do the right things 90% of the time, you have 10% room for flexibility. You have 10% room to, for error. And that's just the way I do it. So nutrition is definitely the most important part of the training. But to me, the training is the most important part of what I do. But I need a combination of the two in order to maximize my results. If I want to continue and improve, I have to eat well, and I have to get good workouts. And you can't have one without the other, really. So it is a combination of the two if you want to maximize your efforts. So hopefully that answers your question.